Okay, so we were at this democracy part. I'm sorry again if I wasted your time in the last video. I had to say that because I feel very, something keeps on poking me, biting me. I have to speak out. The right of speech I have, it's there in the preamble, right? So now the thing is, there was Mr. Om Prakash Balmiki. He had written a very nice book. Apart from being poor, people in India experience inequality in different ways. I have few examples. One of the most common forms of inequality in India is caste system. If you live in a rural India, like basically I see here it's much more less now, I guess, but if you go into more into the rural areas anywhere in India, your caste identity is something that you probably learnt or experienced very young. If you live in urban India, you might think that people no longer live in caste. But you will see the matrimonials, the ads in the paper for marriage, Brahmin, okay, then wanted educated BE, MA, doctor, this, that, all that shit, professor, qualified, USA, looking for MBBS girl, fair, beautiful, working in IT, Mumbai, BE, MBA, boy working in Mumbai, abroad, IT industry, what not they'll give. And see the caste system everywhere. Why is this? In the preamble it does not say that. I can repeat that preamble. Okay, but you will see how important the issue of caste system continues to be in the minds of highly educated urban Indians also. People studying abroad, USA, gone to USA, studied, come back, but caste system is there. Now a Dalit child attending school, Dalits are the lower caste used to address themselves. Dalit means broken. Dalit means broken. And by using these words, lower castes are pointing to how they were and are continued to be seriously discriminated against. Om Prakash Valmiki is a very famous Dalit writer. In his autobiography Jhutan, he had to sit away from others in class, and that too on the floor. The mat ran out before reaching the spot I sat on. Okay, so that is what it is. Before he could sit on his mat, the mat used to finish. He had to sit on the floor. Sometimes he used to sit at the back of everybody, right near the doors. They used to sometimes beat him without any reason. When he was in class 4, the headmaster asked Om Prakash to sweep the school and playground. The headmaster told him to clean the playground and the school, sweep it, because he was a Dalit. That is because it's his fault, he's a Dalit. Such a big ground, such a small child, class 4. How will he sweep? His body will pain. He'll be totally fully in dust. Dust will go inside his mouth. He'll get sick. Other children were studying, he was sweeping. And the headmaster was sitting and watching him. He was not allowed to drink water. Imagine, this you say equality and you say democratic country. We still have it here. I'm sorry to say I'm getting very emotional with this, but I can't stand this nonsense anymore. We call ourselves a democratic republic, sovereign fraternity country. What the hell? But these things are still happening. Sati was not there. Sati happened in 1984 also again with Roop Kanwar. It was banned. It again happened. How did it happen? Why did it happen? What are we doing? We are Indians, right? This is our country. Why don't we follow our rules? Right? He swept the whole day, this poor fellow. From doors to windows of the school, eyes on the teacher and boys saw this spectacle. That other children saw him, that he was made to sweep the school and the playground for next couple of days. And this only came to an end when one day his father was passing by, saw his son sweeping. He confronted the teachers and then walking away from the school holding Om Prakash's hand. He said aloudly for them to hear, "You are a teacher, so I am leaving now. But remember this much, master, he will study right here in this school, and not just him, there will be more coming after him." That father gave the motivation to his son, and he challenged the teacher that, "Don't worry, I am going today because you are a master. You are a teacher. I got a fight with you." Look at that Dalit's father, that he is much more educated than that teacher. Another example I am giving you. You have to know what is actually democracy and what is equality. Another example is it took another example of a much more larger cities of India I am talking about. There was a Muslim couple looking for an apartment in a city. Apartment, not a flat. Apartment means huge thing. They had the money, and so paying rent was no problem for them. Apartment is much more bigger than a 2 BHK flat. You have many more rooms. It can be a duplex also, an apartment. It can be a single house also. Muslim, Ansari, I am giving you. I will not use any last names. Just a Muslim couple was looking for a place to rent apartment. They went to the property dealer to find a place. The dealer informed them that he knew quite a few apartments. The dalals were the property dealers. You have ad in the papers that are available. They visited the first apartment. They liked it very much. They wanted to take it. However, the landlady found out their names. When the landlady, whose house they were giving on rent, they found out the names, she made an excuse about how she could not rent house to someone who ate meat, because the Bildong did not have any vegetarian residents. Now the Muslim couple and the agent were very surprised because they were getting the smell of non-veg cooking in the next building. The same excuse was repeated in the third apartment, second, third, and finally the property dealer told them that they might want to change their names and call themselves something else. They looked for 1 month. Can you imagine? I have to change my title. I have to change my religion. I have to change my faith just because I want to get a flat. This you call equality. Do you think it's inequality or quality or equality, or is it inequality, or is it democracy? Are we being treated? What is this? And we are allowed to vote and stand in the same line. At that time we are not sensing any non-veg. Everyone has their own dignity. Okay, if you were in that Muslim place, would you change your title and your name and address? Have you ever thought that your dignity has changed or your dignity has been violated? How will it make you feel? By now, in my explanation, you must have understood that the caste we are born into, the religion we practice, the class background we come from, whether we are male or female, these are often the things that determine why some people are treated unequally. Mr. Om Prakash Valmiki and the Muslim family are being treated unequally on the basis of different caste and religion. Which is not fair. And we are reading about democracy, the forms of government, and in our right now in India this is not happening. The Indian constitution recognizes every person as equal. This means that every individual in the country, including male and female persons from all castes, religion, tribes, educational and economic backgrounds are recognized as equal. This is not to say that inequality ceases to exist. It does not. But at least in democratic India, the principle of the equality of all persons is recognized. While earlier no law existed to protect people from discrimination and ill treatment, now there are several that work to see that people are treated with dignity and as equal. Still people are working. Still people are working. Okay, so I'll come back in the next chapter and I'll explain the rest to you. Then only you'll come to know what is actual democracy if you don't know what is equality. So when you go to vote, you will know what is your country needed, what does your country want. Okay, you are responsible for your country. See you. Bye bye. Take care. God bless. I'm sorry if I said anything wrong, but I guess I did not. That's my point of view. I have the right of speech. So I was giving my point of view about to explain this democracy part. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Be home. Be safe. Respect your parents. Love them as much as you can. And do whatever you want after your studies. Enjoy life.